Yo, what's up everybody? It's your man Tim Swain, and right behind me is one of Ghana's most well-known celebrity barbers. Over 60,000 followers on Instagram, 2 barbershops, nearly 20 staff members, and some of Ghana's most well-known celebrities have walked through this door. And today, I'm gonna sit down with Mr. Stay Fresh himself, Nate the Barber. So what's up everybody, we're back. Listen, I'm here with Mr. Stay Fresh himself, 2 barbering shops, over 6 years of experience, over 60,000 followers on IG, the man himself. Always dressed to impress. And as I digress, Mr. Nate the Barber. What's up, man?
I'm all right, bro.
How you feeling?
I'm good.
Man, listen, thank you so much for taking the time. Listen, I know you're busy, very busy. So for you to take the time to be with me today and just share some of your knowledge, your insight, and your story, I truly appreciate that.
Always, bro.
So I know that there's a lot of people who don't know you. So for the folks who watch who don't know you, just reintroduce yourself.
Okay, so, I mean, most people know me as Nate the Barber, but my actual name is Nathaniel Dogbe. I'm from the southern part of Ghana. That's from the Volta region. I'm an entrepreneur and a business person, but I'm actually a barber. Okay, so I started as a barber, and then now I have like 2 shops actually. My barber shop is Nate the Barber's Place. I got the name from my name, as you already know, Nathaniel. I mean, people used to call me like Nate, and then I came up with the idea. Somebody called me Nate the Barber one time, and I just like it. So Nate the Barber's Place came out from the name Nate the Barber.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I want to back up a little bit and tell the story of how I actually found this place. So as folks know who are watching, I moved from the US to Ghana several years ago. And one of the things was I was looking for a barber. So I was going to these local shops, and I would go to a place where the haircut was like 6 CDs, right? Which is like, let's say like about $1 US currency. And I would go, but sometimes when I would finish, it just wasn't a good experience.
Yeah.
Because I was used to having a barber in the States where they had like the hot towels, the steam, like
know, right?
Everything, right? So I was like, can I get that in Ghana? I found your place online, and the first test was, I said, wow, this person is very active on social media. I reached out, she responded, and I said, let me go to this place. And the first time I came, I left feeling like, and I told my wife, I said, man, that was a dope experience.
I know, right?
I think I'm gonna go back there. And since then, I've been coming back. So what I want to do is tell people a little bit about the journey. So let's talk about, how did you actually get into barbering?
So, I mean, barbering wasn't something that I thought I'll be doing actually. It was just a thing that maybe I go from, after school, I just go to a friend's barbershop. I always say, Sada, he's in Medina, so when I was growing up, that was when I was like, I think 14, 15, I was very young at the time. So after school, sometimes we go to the park to play football, or we just go to the barber shop and then just hang around, watch some videos, see the vibe around. But I used to do art, so I'm an artist actually, so I did art in school. So going to the barber shop, just seeing what was going on, and I realized that there was so many arts on the those back in the day, there's like pictures of haircut, ludicrous, all these pictures of haircut. So I was like, okay, cool. I mean, since I don't have anything doing, I'm just watching this and I'm just watching movies. I started drawing the pictures in the barbershop, right?
Wow.
So, I mean, drawing the pictures in the barbershop, and I started like sort of having the idea or understanding what he was doing by the way he was cutting the hair, because I was watching him for so long. So I sort of understood what he was doing by the way he was moving the clippers, and I was like, oh, this is actually fun. you know. And the way I love art, I felt that was also art. So I was like really into it. So I enjoy watching him do the haircut. So one time I started drawing the pictures in the barbershop, and then the long story short, I finished drawing every picture in the barbershop. There was no picture to draw. So I was like, okay, cool. Then there are some of the haircut, and the way I see he does the shape up, some of the haircut wasn't as sharp. So then I'll use the black pen to shape in the hair properly on the poster. So then he was like, yo, if you can do this, then you can do the shape up, right? So fast forward, one time there was too many people at the barbershop. I was like, oh, so you know what? I'll let you help me with the kit. Then I'll you just do the haircut and I'll do the shape up. I was like, okay, cool, I'll try. So we started. I mean, the first time I tried, there was light out. You know, Ghana, there's always light out and all that. So I couldn't do it. And then it was embarrassing because everybody's at the shop now. You're cutting the kids sometimes where there was light out. And then he took it and he did it. So little, I just started doing it once in a while. When I come from school, I just go to the barber shop and then like that. And then I was developing an interest in it. I was getting into it. It's like, nah, this is nice. Because apart from arts that I used to enjoy so much, that was the next thing that when I do, I felt the same way that I feel when I'm doing when I'm drawing or I'm doing my arts. I was like, no, I kind of like this, because there was nothing I was gonna do to feel the way I feel when I'm doing my arts or when I'm drawing or something. So I started paying attention. So little by little. So I started cutting the kits, and then I was getting the whole idea. I was cutting kits and all that. So I cut kits. He does the shape up. So I mean, one time. So I became so good at the kids' haircut, the long story short. And then when the kids go to the barber shop to cut their hair, they'll come to me and then I'll do the shape up in the house. So it became a thing. So all the kids in the neighborhood, they'll come to me. That was in 2006, So they come to me and then I'll do the shape up. So all you need is a blade. You bring a blade, I'll give you a nice shape up. And I was using the comb and the blade. That time it's a comb and a blade to do their hair. And also it became a thing. So every kid in the neighborhood goes to Nate. They come to me. So the kid in the neighborhood was always looking sharp. So it was like, who got this kid? This kids always have a sharp haircut, sharp shape up. Who does their hair? And they're like, oh, it's Nate. So then now when they come to the barbershop and they see me, they say, oh, are you the one who did that, does this case? I'm like, yeah, cool. Okay, cool. So now the older guys wanted to let me do it, but I was too small. I couldn't get to the chair. The chair was big at the time and I was too small. I couldn't reach it. So then I started little by little, the older guys to allow me to cut their hair, and then it just became a thing. So the whole neighborhood now, everybody want me to cut their hair. And I was very young. I was 14 or 15. Wow. Yeah, so everybody want me to cut their hair. So that was when I realized that I was really into it, But I never thought at that time that it would be something that I'll become a barber or nah, wow. Because it was just after school. I just go to the barber shop. After school, I go to the barber shop,
So, yes. So you were around 14 around this time. You started off, you had this vision, because you were drawing things, and you turned that vision into actually barbering people's hair. So when did you say, okay, I want to turn this into a business, and not just a business to just make money and be okay, but I really have a vision to really make this a reality?
So before that, I had worked for a few people, right? And then I wasn't getting. Okay, so I had an idea, how I wanted the barbering for me to be, because I'm somebody who, anything I do, I like to do extra. I don't like to be basic, I don't like to be on a normal level, I like to be extra. So I worked for a few people. That was in 2014 after school. After school, things wasn't as good, so I was just at home. I had a farm. I was rearing dogs and rabbits, so I had a small farm, and the farm wasn't going too well, so I was like, okay, cool. I just found myself that I stopped the farming, and then I was just home one time, and my sister came to me oh, there is this barber shop around, they want a barber, and you're a good barber, so you could just do that whilst you figure yourself out. I was like, okay, cool. So I worked for a few people. I worked at the barber shop for a year, and I worked in another one, and what I realized was that all these shops that I was working in, they weren't getting the idea. I had an idea. I was like, okay, cool, let's do this. And anytime you bring an idea up, oh, let's do this, I realized that they weren't buying into it. Or maybe they was I don't know if they just didn't want to spend, or they didn't see what I was seeing. So I'd be like, oh, I think we should do it this way. Now nobody bought into the idea. So that was around 2015, that was when I realized that I would want to do something by myself. I would want to bring what I had in my mind out, because I was seeing something more comfortable, a place where it would be more comfortable for clients, a place where, you know, it would be more of a barbershop. Like at the time, I wasn't seeing the barbershop vibe in all the barbershops that I was working at. It was like more of like, oh, it's a business, we are making money, that's it. It wasn't more of like the feel, you know. So since 2015, that was when I was like putting together the ideas, you know, taking experiences and all that. And then I sort of came up with the idea that, okay, I'm gonna have my own barbershop. But before that, I'd worked for like people for like 4 years, you know, before like I said, okay, cool, I think we should do this.
So when people, when you first started to have your own business, you had this idea, not just to have a barbering shop that's basic, but you really wanted to take it to a whole vibe.
Yeah.
What was the response of maybe some of the people that you formerly barbered with? Did they believe in you? Did they feel like, oh, Charlie, you can't do that in Ghana here, it'll never happen? Or like, what was the responses of some of those people?
Me personally, I'm somebody who, if I want to do something, I don't like share with too many people. I just have a few people who I feel like should believe in me. If they believe in me, cool. If they don't believe me, I'm going to do it regardless. So when I started, what I realized was that, because what I was doing was new, right? Because my barbershop is the first barbershop that doesn't have pictures of haircut, right? Yeah, we don't have pictures of haircut. So when the person comes, I'll show you pictures online, right? I have a magazine out that have pictures and all that. I'll show you a picture online and all that. And the reason why I didn't want the pictures in the barbershop, because I feel like it was, for me, it was old school. And it was like, not a vibe, you know? So instead of having pictures of haircut, I replaced it with pictures of like the let's say the icons that we've been with, the celebrities, the great achievements, right? I replaced those pictures of haircut with those pictures. So it's like I have a wall of fame where the popular people who have been with us, the loyal clients, people who, like the loyal employees. So those were the pictures that you find in the barbershop. You get it? So instead of having those stickers on the so for the first time in the country, I think we were the first people to do it. The barbershop was plain. You go in, like when you're walking by, the glass is plain. You don't see anything. But why you don't have pictures in the barbershop? Like we need to see pictures. It doesn't show like it's a barbershop. And I'm like, it shows it's a barbershop. There are barbering chairs, there are mirrors, and people are cutting hair. So that's all you need to know if you want to know it's a barbershop, you know. Okay. So everybody was like, no, Charlie, this thing is too plain. Some people were like, oh, it's too plain. I don't like to be seen where I am. I don't, like, you need to cover it a bit. It's too exposing. And I'm like, bro, you're coming to cut your hair. So why don't you want to be seen? Like, so all the negative comments, right, I just didn't pay attention to it. It got to a point I nearly bought into it because like it was too much. It was like, oh, you need to cover your glass. It's too exposing. It's too plain. So one time, I think something happened. Yeah. So one time I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna cover it because I'm tired of all these people complaining. And at the end of the day, you are in the business because of the client or the customers. So if the customers are not comfortable with the fact that your barbershop is too plain and it's too exposing, people can see through it, then I think we should just do it for the customers. So at that point, I was just going to do it for the customers. But then one customer came in. I think this guy here, he was also from America. He came and was like, yo, bro, I was passing by, I saw your barbershop, it's so nice. I mean, I just saw the whole shop was busy and people, and it looked so good, that's why I'm coming. I'm like, so you're coming just because you saw the way, the activities that was going on in the barbershop? And I said, yeah, so it looks good. Like, this is the first time I'm seeing something like this, so I just came in. So, okay. So if just one person sort of like liked the idea, I was like, then that was it.
You know what you said is true because I work around this area.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to pass this way.
Yeah.
And when actually before I reached out online, I saw this place.
Yeah.
And I kept telling myself, wow, that looks like a nice place.
Yeah.
Like, it just looks like a very nice place.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there one day. So when I was actually searching for a barber, I said, oh, that's the place that I've been seeing.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to mention is, you talked about vision and really being able to be very committed to your vision, even when you have like doubters and things like that. And I'll say that obviously it's paid off for you very well because you work with so many celebrities. Yeah. But it's not just the people you work with, but I think it's the quality of how you take into account like the whole hair experience. Because something I'll share with you is like, there's different experiences of hair cutting in America, right? Like as a Black American, Black people take their hair.
Yeah, serious.
No, serious.
Yes, it's a serious
You'll
business.
see someone who doesn't have money.
Yeah.
But every time you see them,
Yeah.
their hair would be fresh.
Yeah, fresh.
No, their hair would be fresh all the time.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting there, what I realized is when I came to Ghana, I saw, at least with your shop, there's a difference between someone who just has a skill and someone who tries to be a master of the craft.
Yeah.
So what I want you to talk about is like, because of your mastery, right, you've really been able to work with some great people. So who are some of those people you've been able to, serve? I know the list is long, but just give us a few.
I mean, sometimes I even forget some of them actually, but I mean, they are just the top ones that I always like mention. I've worked with so many celebrities from both from Africa, from America, from all around the world. I've worked with Wizkid. I've worked with so many people, black from America. I've worked with so when it comes to Ghana, almost everybody, all the celebrities in Ghana. I've worked with KD, R2Bs, Daco Vibes, King Promise, Shatta Wale, everybody. When it comes to every big artist in Ghana, right, have passed through, and it's not just about passing through, it's about that, that relationship, we've actually been able to build that relationship. So when it comes to the celebrities, I've done almost everybody, Wizkid, I always talk about Wizkid because people ask me, why do you always talk about Wizkid? I always talk about Wizkid because of the experience, his vibe, his vibe was different, so that's why I always mention Wizkid, but I work with almost every big artist, when it comes to Africa,
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how for a person that's watching this, a young entrepreneur, there's people watching this from literally all over the world.
Yeah.
How do you encourage that person who has a vision to do something, but they may be where you are, where it's like it's not working, people don't believe in it, they're not buying into it. How do you motivate that person to stay encouraged regardless of basically the haters?
So the truth of the matter is, most of the time when you're doing something great, it takes long for people to acknowledge greatness. It takes long for people to acknowledge greatness. I've been in Ghana for let's say, I started my business in 2014 as a barber, and then as a business owner, I started in 2017. I'm the youngest person to have the kind of the barbershop, the size of the barbershop that I have, and I'm the first person to put the barber business on a certain level. But you're in Ghana and nobody really cares about it. Nobody really even show you that, you've done something, So with all those, not getting the applause or not getting the encouragement or not getting the support that you're supposed to get, what I always tell people is that believe in yourself and know that even if nobody supports you, right, if you believe what you're doing is good, just keep doing it. The right people will find you when it's the right time. Do you get it? I have so many interviews right now, and all these interviews are not from Ghana.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
And I've never, ever wanted to sell to Ghana. Not that I'm looking down on Ghana, but I feel like Ghana wasn't getting the picture that I was trying to paint. You get it? Because the picture I was trying to paint was above the normal understanding of the normal person.
Wow.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Why would you want to invest so much money into barbershop? Because you could just do something small and then you could still make it. But why do you want to put everything into the barbershop, and the ordinary Ghanaian doesn't understand it? You get what I'm trying to say? So that is where, for me, it is. I believe in what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it, even if nobody supports me. As long as I know it is the right thing, the few people that support me means everything. So now, not getting interviews from Ghana, there was one time I took my interview to a TV station, a popular TV station. I was like, oh, this is so encouraging, right? And it's sort of an inspirational story, right? So this will inspire a lot of young people who are trying to also get on this level. So what do you want to do, or how can you help us air this? All the TV stations I took it to, they were asking for money. You have to buy airtime, you have to, I'm like, yo, this is inspiration, So I just realized that no, and funny enough, apart from these people not just interviewing you or not giving you the chance to, or giving you the platform, right now it's more international organizations that are actually coming to, like you, like other interviews that I've had, more international and more recognized organizations. So I feel like if you're doing something and you're a young person and you believe in it, just keep doing it. The right people will come. It takes long. It It takes long and it's difficult. But as long as you keep doing it, the time that it pays off too big.
Wow.
You know.
Wow. You know, what you're saying is so, I mean, even right now, look, I'm inspired just listening to you because as I hear you talk, the reality is the scriptures say your gift will make room for you and bring you in front of great men.
Great men, yeah.
And it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing something that, from what I've heard you say, right, number one, you had a vision, you developed the skill, you worked hard and you persevered in that vision. Now it's like you have so many people that are trying to just show what you're doing that it's like you don't have time for all of that. And that's one of the things I tell people, which is, you know, you just really have to stay focused on what it is that you want to do. Because even when I moved to Ghana, people just had some idea about what life would be like for me. And I even tell people, for the most part, I'm living better in Ghana than a lot of people in the U.S. because of the whole racial tensions, and I can walk down the street and be free. I don't have to worry about certain things, and blah, 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 blah. You know, so we talked a little bit about like the amazing things you've done in business now. So let's get now to some of the challenges, because I'm sure with much success comes a lot of responsibility. So what are some of the challenges of having 2 barbering shops, nearly 20 staff members? You know, I imagine it can be a lot.
I promise, bro, like for real, like it's difficult. If I say it's chilling or I'm cool, I'm not trying to like not be real. Like it's difficult. It's one of, but at the same time, it sort of gives you, it makes you mature, right? My maturity level right now, I feel it all came from the challenges that I have to deal with in my experience or in my years of being a business person. Okay, because like I've never been in a difficult situation like that of this 3 years that I've been running my business. It's so difficult. But at the end of the day, the fact that it's difficult doesn't mean you have to stop. And it's not difficult and it's just difficult. It's difficult, but it comes with a lot of benefits. Okay? I'm enjoying the benefit, and at the same time I have to enjoy the stress that comes with it. I have to enjoy the responsibility that comes with it. Because there are challenges with the system already. The system alone is challenging, right? As you know, Africa, we have power issues. That is already a challenge, right? So if you're running a business, that means you have to have a standby power system, right? So that's already a challenge. A challenge where you are trying to like be different, you know? Challenges where you have challenges with employees, which is normal, it's expected anyway, you know? It's just too many, like, it's too, like, business is difficult. That's all I can say. It's difficult, but the fact that it's difficult doesn't mean it's not good. It's really good, but you have to be ready for the stress. You have to be ready. There are times that I just want to sleep a little bit. I just want to be in bed. I don't want to I don't want to work. Like, I just want to like, just be at my peace a little bit, but you can't. I want to travel. You can't do it. It's not because I will never be able to do it, but at the time that I'm in now, at the stage that I'm in now, I need to be doing these things. I need to be there all the time. I need to make sure my responsibilities, I'm always taking care of it. I need to make sure I go to the barber shop even when I feel like sleeping. You know, there are times you're not good, like you're feeling like, you know, sometimes you just need your peace. You just need to be away from everything. You know, but as a business owner, you gotta be at the business place. You gotta like take care of some responsibilities. So if you're somebody who you feel like you want to be sleeping, you want to be chilling, you want to be doing certain things, I don't think you're ready.
Wow.
You know, so if you want to do it, you just have to know that the challenges that comes with it is something that you can't. It's not something that you can give excuses about. You can't come and say, oh, today, like, let me just let me just leave it alone. Let me just sleep. No, that one day that you're gonna sleep is gonna cost you something. So it's either the risk. So this is what I do. I know that there is always a risk to take. Like, let's say for instance, there's a price to pay for everything. So if it's some kind of price that I can pay, then I'll take that risk. If it's not, then I have to be able to do what I have to do. You know, if it's coming to work when I want to sleep, I know that, okay, this is what it's going to cost me. If I can pay the price for it, then I'll sleep. If not, I have to be there. So the challenges is just, it's I can't even mention them. It's too many. But at the same time, it's really good.
And so,
you know?
Just a couple more questions before we finish up. We've talked about those challenges. Now, if you can endure those challenges, if you have the responsibility and maturity to make it through those challenges, but just not just for yourself, but anybody who wants to be, you know, a successful business owner like yourself, what are some of those benefits, right? Like, how does it feel to be able to have your own business, you sustain
Yeah.
a lot of people, right? A lot of people are
Yeah.
depending on you for their livelihood.
Yeah.
So, what are some of those benefits that a person can experience if they get to that level of being
Yeah.
able to persevere and have their own business?
The benefits are too many. Like, let's say, me personally, I'm a very humble person, and I don't like to look too much about what I've attained, my achievements, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just too many. Like, the kind of people, the places it takes you to, the kind of people that you know, the kind of people that knows you. I sometimes go to places and some people that I respect so much know me and be like, oh Nate, what's up? I'm like, yo, but you have to still keep cool. Like, so the exposure it gives you, the connects, it's just, I feel like if you're able to persevere and you're able to stay, and people admire discipline, people admire people who do the right thing, so if people see that you've been able to do the right thing for some number of years, they admire you naturally. So it just takes you to some level where, my business have introduced me to so many people that I couldn't go to, and these people even came to me, right? I could never meet Wizkid anywhere. How am I gonna meet Wizkid? Who, I'm not a musician, I'm not a rapper. How am I gonna meet Wizkid? But Wizkid came to me, right? I was in my shop. Wizkid walked into my shop to get a haircut from me because of my craft and because of my dedication and because of the fact that I did it different. You get it? So it makes you meet people that you cannot meet on a normal day, or your normal, you cannot go to them, but it brings it to you. Like when you're able to stay focused and do the right thing and make sure that you get to the some level with whatever you're doing, it takes you. Even the Bible said it. When you are your craft is gonna take you to. It's gonna take you in the presence of kings, and So I think when you're doing something and you do it well, trust me, it's gonna pay off. The benefits is just too many. You can't just mention them, too many. Too many. You know what I mean?
The scripture says that the blessings of the Lord maketh one rich and adds no sorrow.
Yeah.
So the final thing is, there's someone watching this, and they want to do whatever, maybe a barbering shop, a plumbing business, I don't know, right? And they have a vision, but they're kind of scared. I want you to speak to that person wherever they are in the world. What would you tell that person to motivate them and encourage them to really walk in their gift and their calling?
The truth of the matter is, you just have to know that it's not easy. But the fact that you believe in it, do it regardless. Nothing should stop you, right? And everything that is good, I feel like there is too many things that will try to stop you when you're doing something that is really good. If you're doing something and nothing is trying to stop you, stop it. Stop yourself, right? If you're doing something and no one is trying to talk you out of it, nothing is trying to make you lose that focus, and you have to stop it yourself. Because everything good, there are challenges. As soon as the challenges are more, you should know how much it's worth, right? I had so many challenges. I was like, why? What's going on? But then when I started reaping the benefit, I realized that no, this is why. If it had come easy, I wouldn't have gotten to the level that I am. So everything that is difficult, or everything that you want to do, as the more difficult or the difficult it is, or how I'm trying to put it in the right way. The more difficult, that should tell you how much the thing is gonna work. You get it? Because let's say diamond, right? People have to go all the way to get diamond, right? Go through all these things. If it was easy, it won't be worth what it's worth. Because it's difficult. That is what. So whatever you have, an idea, whatever you have, the vision you have is like a diamond. It has to go through the struggle. It has to go through the fire. It has to go through the persecution. It has to go through the doubts. It has to go through all of that. And finally, when you're able to go through all those stages, and you get the final, the final work, the outcome of it, which is the diamond, right? Now I'm just trying to because a lot of people's vision is like a diamond. Because when I had this, bro, I didn't know that I was gonna have all of this that I have today. It was just an idea. I was just a barber, bro. I just had clippers to cut hair. You get what I'm trying to say? But because I had a vision, right? The vision is even though it's just barbering, it wasn't just barbering. It was a whole package, right? So when I kept going, when I kept pushing, when I kept believing in it, it became something great. And now everybody's talking about it. But that time, if I had given up on it, it would have just been barbering that I was giving up on. But right now, it's not just barbering anymore. So whatever idea you have, look at it as a diamond. It has to go through all the hard time, all the disappointment, You know, you even tell people, like, there was just one time I told this guy, yo, I want you to invest an amount into my business, and then I'll give you 2 times the amount. So I was like, no, how can you do that? How much do you make in your barbershop? I went to a bank some time ago to like talk to the manager about a loan. She told me, how can a barbershop make that amount of money? You know, so like there's so many disappointments, there's so many, but if you give up just because of this kind of things, then I mean, you will never be able to see the outcome or the actual benefit of what you have. Because a lot of people have ideas that are worth, you'll not be able to see if you don't pursue it. You know.
Well, man, listen. Once again, I'm so grateful for your time. I hope folks watching this was taking notes, because this right here is some wisdom, right? This is not what he read in the book. This is wisdom right here that he has definitely been sharing on camera. And so thank you so much for being with me. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. As always, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Until next time.
Recognition, I'm on a mission. I'm paying dues. I'm in position.